Okay, so today we'll take a couple of gear train problems. So last week we have solved gear train problems. I hope you have gone through those problems and able to understand the concept. Okay, so whenever you solve the gear train problem, so as I told, so you need to first identify the number of elements, then any number of teeth are unknown for the gear, that number of teeth should be found. Then you should be able to form a table. So taking any one of the gear as a driver, and yeah, remember clockwise rotation should be taken as a negative, and anti-clockwise should be taken as what, the positive value. Okay, so today we'll take again a couple of problems on gear train, and I hope you will be able to understand the problem. So let it look at this problem. An epicyclic gear consists of three gears A, B, and C as shown in the figure. So figure is there. The gear A has 72 internal teeth. So when he says internal teeth, so that means what? Gear A is meshing internally. Okay, so we'll come to know once we see the sketch. And gear C has 32 external teeth. Okay, then gear B meshes with both A and C. So see here what is said, the gear B is engaging or meshing with both gear A and gear C, and is carried on an arm EF. So there is an arm called as EF which rotates about the center of A at 18 rpm. So he has given the speed of the arm EF, so 18 rpm. Since he has not mentioned any direction, so by default you should take it as a anti-clockwise direction. If the gear A is fixed, so gear A is fixed, determine the speed of the gears B and C. We have to find NB and NC. Okay, so what is given in the data? So TA, number of teeth on internal gear A 72, gear C TC 32, and speed of the arm EF 18 rpm. So first we look at the sketch. So so if you see the sketch, so you can see here what we have here. So gear A is a internal gear. That means what, the gear A is meshing internally. So that you need to understand carefully. So whenever he says internal gear, so it mesh internally. If it has a external teeth, so that means what, it is meshing externally. So if you see the sketch carefully, so the gear A is internal gear, and we have a gear B and gear C. The gear B and gear C carried by the arm EF, and the third point what it says, the gear B mesh with C as well as A gears. Okay, so he asking to find out the speed of the gear B as well as the speed of the gear C. So we don't know the number of teeth on gear, I think gear, what is it, I think he has given number of teeth for a, he has given number of teeth for C and A, so we don't know number of teeth for B. Okay, so always the when you get a gear train problem, the first thing what you need to see, how many elements are there. So if you see the sketch, you will find how many four elements are there. Which are those? Gear A, gear B, gear C, and the arm EF. So there are total four elements. Next, coming to the number of teeth, number of teeth on B is unknown. So using the diameter or the radius ratio with number of teeth, we can determine the number of teeth of the unknown gear. So if you see the sketch very carefully, the geometry, so what you can write, the radius RA, the radius RA is equal to the sum of radius RC plus 2 times the radius of RB. Listen carefully. The radius RA is equal to the sum of radius of RC plus 2 times the radius of RB. So 2 into RB. So as you know, the radius is directly proportional to the teeth. You replace in place of R by T. So what you can write the equation, TA equal to TC plus 2 times the TB. TA equal to TC plus 2 times the TB. So we can see here 2 TB plus TC is 32 given, TA equal to 72. So solving that will get a TB equal to how much? 20 number of teeth. So now you have teeth for all the gears. So now step 3 will go for a formation of a table. So in formation of table, so remember that one gear, we can take any gear, there is no hard rule that you should take this gear as a driver. You can take any gear as a driver, and arm will be anyway it is fixed, and will form a table. So step 1 already we know, as you done in last week, in the first column, step 1 condition of motion. So in this problem, so we can take gear C as a driver, and arm EF is going to be fixed. So the arm C makes a +1 rotation anti-clockwise. Okay, so when arm C makes anti-clockwise direction, so arm C the gear C is meshing with what? The gear B. Okay, so now you see how you form the table here. So since we have taken gear C as a driver, so the same way you have to form a table here. So C meshing with B, so gear C will come. After gear C, the gear B will come because C is meshing with the B. So after B, the gear A will come because B is meshing with the A. So the order of the table should be the way the driving gear meshing with the other gears. Okay, so gear C rotates +1 rotation anti-clockwise. So as you know, the notation anti-clockwise is a positive and clockwise is a negative value. So arm EF is fixed, so put it as 0. Gear C +1 and C meshing with B. So what you write as the equation using the speed ratio NC by NB. So speed of the driver to the speed of the follower. NC by NB equal to TB by TC. Okay, so since NC equal to 1, so what you can write the equation, so NB equal to TC by TB. So you can see the table TC by TB, and we have negative sign. Why it is negative sign? The negative sign is because the gear B is going to rotate clockwise. So if C rotates anti-clockwise, B rotates clockwise. Now coming to last column, B mesh with the A. So B mesh with A. So what you can write the equation NB by NA. NB by NA equal to TA by TB. So what you can write? So since you take the earlier as equation 1, what is that? TC by TB for gear C, what you written, and for gear B meshing with gear A, what is that? TB by TA equal to NB by NA equal to TA by TB. Okay, so multiply equations 1 and 2. So multiply those equations. So what you're going to get here, TB get cancels. So we'll get minus TC by TA. Why it is minus? Because since B is meshing with A and A is meshing internally with B. So when there is internal meshing, the speed or the direction of the rotation of the gears are same. If it is clockwise, so that also will be clockwise. If it is anti-clockwise, the internal gear A also rotates anti-clockwise. Since B rotating clockwise, so gear A also rotates clockwise. So hence it is a negative sign, that is minus TC by TA. Okay, so now coming to step 2. So once you able to write the first row correctly, the next is very simple. Just by blindly you can write remaining steps. Now arm is fixed, the gear C rotates plus X revolutions, so just multiply with X. For arm EF 0, for a gear C plus X, so then for gear B X into minus TC by TB, then for gear A X into minus TC by TA. Okay, then the third step, add plus Y rotations to all the elements. So just do the addition. So plus Y for gear B, plus Y for gear A, plus Y. And the last step, add second row and third row. So 0 plus Y is Y, x plus y is x plus y. So then for gear B, y minus x tc by tb, and for gear A, y minus x tc by ta. Okay, so now we are able to find the table, form the table. So he asking what the speed of the gear C. Now you go to the condition given in the problem. So what he has given, so he has given that the gear A is fixed. Okay, that is condition 1. And the second condition is given out, the arm is rotating 18 rpm. So since is not given the direction, so you should take it as what, anti-clockwise, that is positive. And from the table, the speed of the arm is what, plus y. So y equal to how much here, 18 rpm. Now next, what is given condition, condition 2, the gear A is fixed. So from the table, the speed of the gear is what, na equal to y minus x into tc by ta. So you substitute y minus x into tc by ta equal to 0. So what you're going to get here, simplifying, x equal to 40.5. So now you know x value, now you know y value. So speed of gear C, so from the table is what, from the table is what, x plus y. So x is 40.5, y is what, 18. So what is that value got, 58.5 positive. So if it is a positive, so then it is what, rotating in a anti-clockwise direction. So next he asking, what will be the speed of the gear B. Okay, from the table, the speed of the gear B is what, nb equal to y minus x tc by tb. So we know x value, we know y value, tc already found, tb also found. So substitute that y equal to 18 minus x equal to 40.5, tc equal to 32, tb equal to 20. Simplifying, we get minus 46.8 rpm. If it is a minus, so then what we need to write, the gear B is rotating a clockwise direction. Okay, so this way you should be able to write the, or able to solve the problem. So now we'll go for a next problem. So just look at it, the problem. An epicyclic train of gears is arranged as shown in figure. So figure is given here, the arrangement of the gears. How many revolutions does arm to which pinion B and C are attached? So he asking, what is the speed of the arm? How many revolutions does the arm? So what is the speed of the arm to which gear B and gear C are attached? So he has given conditions when there are two cases. In the case 1, when A makes one revolution clockwise, so when gear A makes one revolution clockwise and gear D makes a half revolution anti-clockwise. Okay, second case, when A makes one revolution clockwise and D is a stationary. Stationary means it is a fixed. So number of teeth on gear A and D are 40 and 90. Okay, so he has given you number of teeth on A as a 40, D as a 90. So you can see the sketch carefully. So sketch is given us, so no need to worry. And now, so we don't know the number of teeth on B and C. Okay, so that is the first step. When we don't know number of teeth on B and C, so we can determine number of teeth on gear B and gear C using the geometry. Okay, so what you can write here from the geometry, as you done for earlier problems, the radius RD, the radius RD equal to RA plus 2 times the radius of RB. Okay, so 2 times the radius of the RB. So what you can write here, since radius is directly proportional to number of teeth, so TA plus 2 times TB equal to TD. So TA equal to 40 plus 2 times TB, TD equal to 90. So substituting that, you got what, TB equal to 25. And even so the size of gear B is same as the size of the gear C. Even you solve that, you will get the same number of teeth. So when we have same number of teeth, so gear B have the same 25 and gear C will also have the same number of teeth, that is 25. When two gears have the same teeth and attached to the same element attached to the same element, that is what a arm, and meshing the same gear. They are meshing same gear D, you see here they are attached by the arm and meshing with the gear D. Then the gear B and C should be treated as a compound gear. So what is the meaning compound gear? So the compound gear is what on the same shaft we have mounted more than one gears, but one more condition is what the speed of the gears on the compound gear is same. Hence since gear B and gear C have the same teeth, obviously they will be having the same speed because they are meshing with the same gear, that is what D as well as gear A. Okay, so now once you found the teeth, we'll go for formation of table. So again, as you know, the arm is fixed, you take so till now you've taken the driver rotating plus one rotation anti-clockwise. So just for change to make you understand, he has taken the gear A making a clockwise rotation. So clockwise rotation means what? Minus one revolution clockwise rotation. So A is meshing with what? B as well as a C. B and C should be taken as what? Compound gear. So arm is 0, gear A makes minus 1. So using speed ratio for gear B and C, NA by NB equal to TB by TA. So NA equal to 1. Okay, so what you can write the speed of compound gear BC TA by TB. Why it is a positive? Positive because gear A rotates clockwise negative, but B rotates what anti-clockwise. So that's why it is anti-clockwise. So that's why TA by TB. Next, coming to the gear D, so B mesh with D. So NB by ND. So we can write what NB by ND equal to TD by TB. So multiply equations 1 and 2. So first earlier you take it as equation 1, the second one speed ratio take it as equation 2. NB by ND equal to TD by TB. Multiply that first and 2. So what you going to write here? TA by TB into multiply LHS to LHS, RHS to RHS, TA by TB into TB by TD. That's TB TB get cancels. You got what plus TA by TD plus because it is also rotating anti-clockwise because B and C rotating anti-clockwise, D meshing internally, so the direction will be same as a B and C, that is a anti-clockwise, take as a positive. Okay, so then first row is now you have formed, second row and third row very simple. Arm is fixed, gear A rotates minus x revolutions because we have taken as a clockwise, multiply by minus x. So 0 into x is 0, x into minus 1 minus x, and x into TA by TB, x into TA by TD. Then third row, add minus 5 revolutions to all the elements because you have taken clockwise, so you have to take a minus y here. Otherwise, if you have taken anti-clockwise, you take a plus y. So minus y minus y minus y minus y to the gear D. So the last step is what? Add second row and third row. So 0 plus 0 minus y minus x minus y, x into TA by TB minus y, x into TA by TD minus y. Okay, so here in the second step you don't confuse, multiplied by x, it is multiplied by x, so 0 into x 0, x into minus 1 minus x, x into TA by TB and x into TA by TD. So don't think that so minus x I have to multiply, so minus x into minus 1 is plus x. So because gear A rotating clockwise, you cannot write as a plus x, just multiply by x throughout the column. Okay, now once you form a table, so take cases 1 and 2 and find the speed of the arm. So what he says in the case 1, when A makes one revolution clockwise, so gear A makes one revolution clockwise, so speed of the gear A from the table minus x minus y equal to one revolution clockwise, so it should be minus 1. Why minus 1? It is rotating clockwise, so multiply throughout by minus sign, x plus y equal to 1. You can write as a equation 1. And what is said next? D makes a half revolution anti-clockwise. The gear D, from the table gear D, its speed is what? X into TA by TD minus y equal to half, 0.5 or 1 by 2. So you get equation 40, sorry, you must, after simplification you get the equation x minus 2.25 y equal to 1.125. So that you can give as equation 2. Now you solve equation 1 and equation 2, you'll find the x and y value. So after simplification, the y value what you got is what? X equal to 1.04, y equal to minus 0.04. Now from the table, the speed of arm is what? Minus y. So minus y equal to minus of minus y value is what? Minus 0.04. So minus of minus is plus 0.04. You get positive. That makes arm makes a anti-clockwise rotation. That is case 1. Coming to case 2, what it says, speed of arm makes a one revolution clockwise. Again from the table, speed of gear A is what? X minus y equal to minus 1. That is what? X plus y equal to 1. And gear D is stationary. From the table, speed of gear is what? X TA by TD minus y. Stationary means it is a fixed. So that's why speed will be 0. So again, after simplification, you got equation x minus 2.25 y equal to 0. Solve equation 1 and equation 2. So we'll get x equal to 0.692, y equal to 0.308. So speed of the arm from table is what? Minus y. So substitute y value 0.308. So minus of 0.308. Since it is a negative value, the arm rotates a clockwise direction. Okay. So this way you should be able to solve the problem. So we'll take one more problem today. So we'll see you're able to understand it. Okay. So third one, in an epicyclic gear of the sun and planet type as shown in figure, the pitch circle diameter means the diameter of the internally toothed ring, internal gear is to be 224 mm. So diameter is given. What is the internal gear here? Gear D. So diameter of gear D is what? 224 mm and module equal to 4 mm. When the ring D is stationary, that is a condition. The spider A, spider nothing but what is the arm. The spider A, which carries 3 planets, wheels C. So it carrying 3 wheels or gears C of equal size is to make one revolution in the same sense as the sun wheel B. We have a sun wheel in the center, makes for 5 revolutions of the driving spindle carrying the sun wheel B. Determine the suitable number of teeth for all the gears. So here the task is what? We have to find the teeth for all the gears. He has not given a single gear teeth here, but he has given you the conditions. So based on that we should be able to calculate the number of teeth. This is one of the typical problem. What he has given you, he has given you the number of, sorry, he has given you the diameter of the gear D, that is a 224, that is internal gear, and module M equal to 4, and he has given a condition here. What condition is given? When arm makes one revolution, we read carefully that the spider A, spider means arm, when spider or arm makes a, which carries 3 wheels, make one revolution, then sun will B makes a 5 rotations. You can use this condition once you form the table and see the sketch very carefully. Okay, what you can see, we have 4 elements here. One is the arm A or spider A, gear B, B meshing with the C, and C meshing with the internal gear D. Okay, so now again you can take B as a driver. Okay, so take as the anti-clockwise. So last problem we have taken as a clockwise. So now we'll move to the simpler way. Spider A is fixed, wheel B makes a one rotation anti-clockwise. So in the table, spider A is 0 because it is fixed, sun will be plus 1, Now B mesh with the C, speed ratio NB by NC equal to TB by TC. So since NB equal to 1, so TC equal to what? TB by TC. Why it is negative? Because B makes anti-clockwise, C will make a clockwise rotation. So that's why minus TB by TC. Now C mesh with the D. So what you can write? Equation NC by ND equal to TD by TC. So earlier equation NB by NC equal to TC by TB, that you get take as equation 1, and NC by ND equal to TD by TC, you take equation 2, multiply RHS to RHS and LHS to LHS, you get you see here what is written there, minus TB by TC into TC by TD. So you will get what? TB by TD. So negative sign because C and D meshing internally, the direction is same, that is a clockwise. So minus TB by TD. So now second row, arm or spider A is fixed. Sun will be makes plus x rotation, multiply by x, 0 into x 0, 1 into x x, minus x into TB by TC, minus x into TB by TD. Then third row, third step, add plus y to all elements, plus y plus y plus y. Then sum up the second row and third row, 0 plus y, y for a spider, x plus y for sun will be y minus x into TB by TC, and y minus x TB by TD for a internal gear D. Now once you form a table, coming to the condition, what is said, arm A makes or spider A makes 1 rotation, that time sun will makes 5 rotations. So since direction is not given, we should take it as a anti-clockwise positive. So from the table, spider speed is plus y, so y equal to 1. From the table, sun wheel B speed is x plus y, so x plus y equal to 5. So solving that, we get x equal to 4. So now we know x equal to 4, y equal to 1. Next, what condition is given? He has given the condition, you read the problem, when the ring D is stationary. So that means the gear D is stationary, means fixed. From the table, speed of the gear D, y ND equal to y minus x TB by TD, that's equal to 0 because it is fixed. Substitute x and y, you get relation TB by TD equal to 1 by 4 or TD equal to 4 into TB. Now, so what again parameter he has given you? He has given you that the diameter of the internal gear D is 224 and module equal to 4 mm. So you know the relation. So what relation you? Diameter is equal to module into number of teeth. Okay, or teeth, number of teeth on gear equal to what? Diameter by module. So you can see here TD equal to DD, the diameter of gear D divided by module M. So substitute that, DD we know 224, M equal to 4, so TD equal to what? 56. So the number of teeth on D is 56. So substitute in equation 1, you will get the number of teeth of gear B. So TB equal to what? TD by 4. So TD by 4, 56 by 4 is what? 14. So number of teeth on B also we get it. Next we need to find the number of teeth on B. So number of teeth on B can be determined. How we can determine that? We can determine using the geometry, the radius relation. So what you can write again from the geometry, RD equal to RB plus 2 times RC. See sketch very fully. RD equal to RB plus 2 times RC. So just replace those by number of teeth. So what you can write here? So you can write TB plus 2TC. Just substitute TB plus 2TC equal to TD. So as radius and teeth are directly proportional. So TB is 14, TC we have to find, TD already you know 56. So how much you got TC? TC you got as a 21. Okay. So this way you should able to solve the gear train problems. So always remember, when you get a gear train problem, understand very carefully, read the problem, understand the given conditions and form the table correctly. So take clockwise negative, anti-clockwise positive, form a table correctly, then you are able to solve the problem based on the given condition. Okay, so try to go through these three problems. So tomorrow class again I'll take another one or two problems and we'll finish the gear train. Okay, thank you.